to I've Never Seen Star Wars. Now, my initiate tonight has gamely volunteered to try some things he has never done before. Ladies and gentlemen, would you please welcome Rory McGrath.
Hi, Mark. Good to see you.
Welcome. Very good to see you. Have a seat.
Thank you. Lovely.
So, Rory, are you a man who's open to new ideas? Do you like trying new things?
No, I don't like new things. Being an old thing myself, I prefer old things, yeah.
Right.
Change, I don't like change very much.
You've worked in comedy for...
Yeah, right, don't go into... several years, yes.
Yes, for some years,
Yeah,
a number of years. And writing comedy is a passion.
Yes.
And yet, you have failed utterly to watch a single episode of what is regarded not only as one of the greatest sitcoms of all time, but one of the greatest programmes ever made on British television. You have never seen Fawlty Towers.
I have never seen Fawlty Towers.
They're a guff. Look at these...
Am I alone in this? Has anyone else not seen... They've all seen it.
Everybody has seen Fawlty. You are the last person in Britain.
And I haven't seen Star Wars either.
My God!
Now, there is a reason. Actually, I watch very little television, so the fact... Fawlty Towers is a television programme, isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah, you see?
Yes, it is. Yeah.
You see?
Oh, you know your stuff.
Yeah, I know we started this revision. The only programme I watch regularly, my favourite comedy programme, is Midsummer Murders.
Yes. Yeah.
Which is that little village in Oxfordshire where 18 people die every week.
Yeah.
Mutilated.
No one seems to link those problems. OK, so, I mean, obviously you don't watch a great deal of TV, but had you specifically avoided Fawlty Towers?
I didn't watch it at first, and what happens is when people start talking something up, people say, you've got to watch Fawlty Towers, it's the most brilliant thing ever. And I hadn't seen it. I get a bit frightened, thinking, what if I watch it and don't get it, or, you know, I don't think it's as funny as they think. That's my worry. And so I think I've started off just not seeing it. Now I have avoided it, yeah.
OK, so when I invited you to watch this, what were you expecting?
I was expecting to see the most brilliant sitcom in the history of sitcom.
Did it live up to the hype?
Shall I tell you the truth? I thought it was abysmal.
Right. Steady. Give him a chance.
This is great, isn't it? No, I thought it was very poor. Embarrassing, in fact.
Really?
Yeah.
What embarrassed you?
I'll tell you what, the only good thing I can say about it is it's not as bad as some others do have them.
Yeah.
Which is similar, because basically, if you like laughing at mental defective people, which I don't, then of course these are programmes for you. But I just thought it's an embarrassing character. A funny cartoon character from Monty Python, transported into a very drab sub-Brian Ricks farce with unconvincing slapstick, and three of the comic cliches which you'd never put together. Someone who can't speak English very well, someon who's deaf, and someone who's got dementia and can't think, you know.
Yeah, I know. Oh, right. OK, well, let's have a look at a clip from... This is from Gourmet Night, which most people will know as the episode where he beats up a car with a stick. In this clip, a family called the Twitchers have arrived for dinner with a man who has a twitch.
Colonel and Mrs. Hall, may I introduce Mr. and Mrs. Have you met?
No, we haven't.
Have you?
No.
Oh, good. Well, what would you like to drink, then?
What?
To drink?
I didn't catch the name.
Oh, you didn't catch it. What a rotten bit of luck.
Well,
Fine, thank you.
no, we still don't know the name.
Oh, Fawlty. Basil Fawlty.
No, there.
Oh, there. I'm so sorry. I thought you meant the horse. It's no fault, isn't it? I can do with a drink, too. So, another sherry?
Well, aren't you going to introduce us?
Didn't I?
No.
Oh, sorry. This is Mr. and Mrs. Fatherson.
What?
Mr. and Mrs.
So, Rory, the Twitchers meeting a man with a twitch.
Yeah, I know, that's another thing, isn't it? What can we do? Well, what can we call these people that the man with the twitch meets? Let's call them the Twitchers. How likely is that?
Yeah.
So we've got the man who can't speak English, the deaf person, the man who's got dementia, and now a man with a twitch.
Yeah, they're all there, aren't they?
Yeah.
I mean, I have to admit, having heard you say it, it is quite hard to argue against the idea that Cleese is playing someone who is mentally disturbed.
That's right.
In time.
But see, when he hits the car with the bush, you think that's quite a funny scene in isolation, but in the context of you know, a drab sort of talky seaside hotel. It just makes no sense at all.
You're actually talking me out of one of my favourite programmes now. I suppose, you know, the structure of the episodes is they build up to these crisis moments for Cleese where he can do the thing that he does, which is go tight and British and collapse and fall over and march or whatever.
Which is nice. I mean, we saw it in Silly Walks and a lot of Monty Python sketches where he does that. And you're watching this thinking, well, let's get through all this boring Brian Rix type plot so we can see him lose his temper, you know, and do silly things.
But when he does, it is, to me anyway, it is hilarious. I mean,
do you still think so, Marcus? Come on, when you...
Yeah, he's...
I mean, it's quite... How old is that? 1970s?
Yeah, 70s, yeah. I mean, he's, you know, what is he, 6'4", Cleese. When he falls over, I have to confess, I do find that funny.
You find tall people falling over tickles you, does it?
Extremely funny. It's not as funny as old people falling over. I'm going to try another clip on you now and see whether I can't win you over. This is one of the absolute classics. This is from the episode called The Germans. So let's have a look at this.
Don't mention the war. I mentioned it once, but I think I got away with it all right. So, it's all forgotten now, and let's hear no more about it. So that's 2 egg mayonnaise, a prawn Goebbels, a Hermann Goring, and 4 colded salads. No, wait a minute, I got a bit confused here. Sorry, I got a bit confused because everyone keeps mentioning the war. So could you... What's the matter?
It's all right.
Is there something wrong?
Will you stop talking about the war?
Me? You started it?
We did not start it.
Yes, you did. You invaded Poland.
That's a good joke, you have to say.
That is a very good joke.
Because he says, it's a pun on start, you started it, meaning the conversation.
Yeah.
And, of course, he then turns it around on the war itself. That's a good joke.
The clever double meaning.
So you see that redeeming feature.
Yeah. But it didn't make you laugh.
Not really. No, when he does to the Hermann Goering and the Goebbels, I think that's just too much John. You know, that's too much too soon.
OK, well, I'm going to ask for your marks out of 10 watching Fawlty Towers for the first time.
Well, I was going to say 0, but because of the good you started the war joke, I've gone up to 2.
2 out of 10 for Fawlty Towers, ladies and gentlemen. Now, Rory, you are a cultured man.
You're very kind to say so.
Highly cultured. Your exploration of culture has been extensive, has it not?
Yeah, can you remind me? I must have nodded off that day.
You've read a bit and seen a few things.
I've read some things, yeah.
But you had never been to the ballet?
Never been to the ballet, no.
So, I sent you to see Swan Lake at the Royal Opera House. But I thought you would be in with a better chance of appreciating Swan Lake if I also sent you for a ballet lesson.
You did.
How did you get on with that?
I was shitting myself.
Yeah.
I was so... Because I am the world's worst dancer.
Right.
I mean, I am to dancing what John Sargent is to dancing. Sorry, I'll work that out in a minute. And I'm very poor. I'm very embarrassed. And ballet, and I thought this is going to be horrible. And because the rooms are just completely surrounded by mirrors, it's a horrible thing to see yourself. My second worry was they're bound to make you wear tights because the point of this, you know, they're going to say it's going to be, what can we do to humiliate Rory? We'll send him to a ballet lesson, which is fine, but he's going to have to wear tights and a leotard and possibly a tutu.
No, did you get a dance belt as well?
I didn't get a dance belt, no, because I didn't think I'd actually get to the stage where a dance belt would be important.
No, because we were told by your teacher that a dance belt would be a good idea for a man because when you do scissor kicks, you could twist your balls.
I know, well, I'd seen a dance belt and I thought that must be the reason Tchaikovsky wrote a ballet called Nutcracker.